I thought you were dead.
My death was greatly exaggerated.
With Newcastle players now slowly coming back to training, the international break revealed so much. So from the Nick Walter-made interesting performance, to the electric Anthony Elanga, to the prolific Yoane Wissa, to the midfield warriors, we'll also reveal the massive Dan Burn comments on Isak's exit. As per, join us as we'll break it all down and discuss the things we learned during the international break.
Let's go!
So the first thing we learned was the midfield warriors. The international break gave Newcastle's midfielders the chance to showcase their quality on the global stage, and for Bruno Guimarães, it began in style. The Brazilian was immense in a 3-0 victory over Chile, scoring in a dominant performance where he created the most chances, shared the highest number of tackles, and earned a stellar 8.9 match rating. Over the full 90 minutes, he controlled the tempo with 81 touches and 91% passing accuracy, delivering 5 key passes, completing 1 dribble, even creating a big chance and 5 duels won. It was a performance that reminded Brazil why he is so crucial in midfield, balancing creativity with relentless energy. Just days later, Carlo Ancelotti kept faith with him against Bolivia, but the outcome was different. Brazil slipped to a 1-0 defeat, with Bruno conceding the decisive first-half penalty. Despite that error, his display still ranked among the best in the team, as he registered the second highest rating, completing 88% of his passes and dictating play with 82 touches. He was tireless, winning 8 duels, delivering 2 key passes and 100% success dribbles. But the penalty overshadowed what was otherwise a commanding midfield performance. For Italy, Sandro Tonali enjoyed a similarly influential break. In a 5-0 win over Estonia, he was at his industrious best, covering every blade of grass and serving as the creative heartbeat in Gennaro Gattuso's midfield. With the most chances created in the match, an 8.3 rating, Tonali created 5 key passes, completed 91% of his passes, and struck the woodwork, underlining how close he came to capping his display with a goal. His tackling was faultless, his distribution crisp, and his dominance in duels, winning 5 out of 6, was assured. If that game showed his craft, his next outing against Israel revealed his clutch mentality. In a thrilling 4-4 draw, Tonali struck a dramatic 91st-minute winner to seal victory for the Azzurri. Across 90 minutes, he created 3 key passes, completed both of his attempted dribbles, hit the target twice, and won 7 out of 9 duels. It was the complete midfielder's performance, capped by a moment of decisive brilliance. Closer to home, Lewis Miley continued his development with the England U21s, helping them to a crucial victory over Kazakhstan in Euro qualification. Miley's maturity on the ball shone through as he produced an astonishing 99% passing accuracy from 81 attempts, the highest of any player on the pitch. His 93 touches demonstrated just how central he was to England's build-up play, while his 2 clearances, 2 interceptions, 2 tackles, and 1 blocked shot highlighted the defensive awareness that complements his technical gifts. At just 19, he is showing the hallmarks of a player ready to anchor Newcastle's midfield for years to come. Yet while Newcastle nurture the likes of Miley, there remains a lingering sense of regret over Elliot Anderson's departure. Sold to Nottingham Forest last summer in a deal influenced by financial regulations, Anderson has since flourished. His England debut under Thomas Tuchel only confirmed the talent Newcastle fans always believed in, with strong ratings against both Andorra and Serbia showing his adaptability on the international stage. His ability to knit play, drive from midfield, and create attacking moments is exactly the kind of depth Eddie Howe could have used alongside Bruno, Tonali and Joelinton. But football always provides new opportunities. One name beginning to attract attention is Alfie Harrison. The 19-year-old, signed from Manchester City, has emerged as a standout in Newcastle's under-21 side. Last season, in 20 games, he registered 3 goals and 7 assists in the Premier League 2, impressing with his vision, versatility, and end product. He has also excelled in the EFL Trophy too. The 19-year-old created 3 chances or key passes in his first game of the competition this season against Huddersfield Town, and also won 2 ground duels and 1 tackle, showing great all-round ability. Harrison is comfortable across midfield and even out wide, giving him a flexibility that could prove invaluable as he edges toward first-team involvement. Harrison's ability to influence games mirrors some of Anderson's traits, and while losing a homegrown talent was painful, Newcastle may soon find themselves with another breakthrough star. Alongside Miley, who already looks at home among seasoned professionals, Harrison represents the next wave of midfield talent ready to follow in the footsteps of Guimarães and Tonali. For Eddie Howe, the international window highlighted both the present strength and the future promise of his midfield options. Guimarães continues to show his class at the highest level. Despite setbacks, Tonali looks reinvigorated under new leadership for Italy. Miley grows in maturity with each game, and Harrison waits in the wings with the potential to surprise. Newcastle may have lost Anderson, but the pipeline of talent suggests the Magpies' midfield remains in very safe hands. Then, we also learned about the electric Anthony Elanga. His growing influence on the international stage was evident as he starred for Sweden in their 2-2 draw with Slovenia. Playing in a more central attacking role, the Newcastle winger showcased his pace, sharp movement, and clinical edge, opening the scoring with a composed finish. Across his 63 minutes, he recorded 52 touches, completed 87% of his passes, and contributed a key pass alongside 2 successful dribbles, earning himself a strong 7.7 rating. His ability to stretch defenses and bring a direct threat in front of goal highlighted the progress he continues to make at both club and country level. Yet the follow-up fixture against Kosovo told a different story for Elanga and Sweden's star-studded forward line, which also featured Viktor Gyökeres and former Magpie Alexander Isak, a trio worth more than €250 million combined. Despite the firepower, Sweden fell to a disappointing 2-0 defeat, struggling to break down a resilient opponent. Elanga, who played 72 minutes, battled hard and was Sweden's most effective dribbler on the night, completing several take-ons, but he couldn't find the same end product that marked his opener against Slovenia. His final numbers reflected a quieter outing, with a 6.6 rating from 37 touches and a pass completion rate of 71%. The positives, however, remain clear for both player and club. Across the 2 games, Elanga delivered a goal, demonstrated versatility by leading the line as a striker, and crucially, returned injury-free from the international break. For Newcastle, it is another reminder of his growing maturity and confidence on the big stage, qualities that Eddie Howe will no doubt look to harness as he settles into life on Tyneside. On the other hand, for Newcastle's strikers, the international break brought a mixture of highs and frustrations, leaving Eddie Howe with both encouragement and questions as he prepares for a critical run of fixtures. Club record signing Nick Woltemade endured a tough introduction to Germany's World Cup qualifying campaign. Starting in Bratislava against Slovakia, he played the full 90 minutes but was left starved of service in a disjointed German performance that ended in a shock 2-0 defeat. At 6'6", with winning 6 out of his 9 aerial duels, his aerial presence was targeted far too often, with long balls lofted toward him rather than the ball being played into feet, where his touch and link-up play are strongest. He missed 2 headed chances but otherwise showed flashes of quality, dropping short to knit play together and registering a solid 7.0 match rating despite the poor collective display. Things didn't improve much in the following match against Northern Ireland in Cologne. Germany bounced back with a 3-1 win, and while Woltemade managed an assist, his influence again felt limited. With only 16 touches across 61 minutes, he struggled to impose himself before being substituted. His 6.8 rating reflected a night of effort without decisive impact. Germany boss Julian Nagelsmann later admitted that the striker's development hinges on consistent minutes at club level, hinting that his move to Newcastle, where he should feature regularly, may ultimately benefit both player and country in the long term. Still only 23, Woltemade remains raw, with just over 100 senior appearances to his name. But his decision to choose a key role under Howe over being a rotation option at Bayern could prove vital with a World Cup on the horizon. Prolific Yoane Wissa, by contrast, enjoyed a far more productive break with DR Congo. Operating from the left rather than through the middle, his versatility shone as he found the net in successive games. First came a goal and assist in a dominant win over South Sudan, followed by another strike in a thrilling 3-2 victory against Senegal. Wissa's directness, movement in behind, and eye for goal made him a constant threat, reinforcing why Newcastle was so keen to secure his signature. Coming off a 19-goal Premier League campaign with Brentford, his ability to drift wide or play centrally gives Howe tactical flexibility. Paired with Woltemade, who thrives dropping deep and linking play. Wissa's instinct to attack the box could form a devastating strike partnership. Elsewhere, Will Osula's international prospects stalled. The young forward found himself behind Rasmus Højlund, Mika Biereth, and Kasper Dolberg in Denmark's pecking order, and didn't feature in either of their qualifiers. It highlights the challenge he faces both at club and country level, with minutes limited and development in danger of stagnating if opportunities remain scarce. And hovering over all of this is the shadow of Alexander Isak's departure. The Swedish striker forced a move to Liverpool on deadline day, ending a saga that disrupted Newcastle's pre-season and left teammates caught in the middle. Dan Burn, speaking from England duty, admitted it was a tough situation to see a friend push so hard to leave, but also understood the realities of short footballing careers.
Take a look.
I'm glad it's done. I think we wanted the transfer window to close just to have a bit of clarity on it. But listen, I've been in football long enough to understand that for a player, the careers are short and they've got things that they want to achieve. So for me, I'm happy that it's over. Alex is a mate, so it was a tough situation because you want him to be around and helping the team, but also understand for him what he needs to do personally. So listen, I've got nothing but sort of good wishes for Alex.
So no animosity towards him?
No animosity. I think, listen, obviously as a Newcastle fan, and you know what Newcastle fans are like, we're very protective of our club and we're City, and you want players to be there who want to play for Newcastle, and you don't want them to sort of naively think that there's anywhere else to go apart from playing at Newcastle. So I understand why our fans are frustrated. But as I said, I think I've been in the game long enough now to understand what goes on. And as I said, I wish Alex all the best apart from when we play Liverpool, obviously.
With Isak missing matches and refusing to travel in order to engineer the transfer. In the end, Liverpool secured him for £130 million, a record-breaking fee that brought clarity but left a gap in Newcastle's attack. For Howe, then, the picture is complicated. Wissa looks ready-made to step into the void left by Isak, already carrying proven Premier League pedigree and delivering for his national team. Voltamade is a project, promising but inconsistent, still adapting to the highest level. Osula remains a question mark, his pathway blocked for now. The international break has underlined that Newcastle's forward line has potential, but also uncertainty, making Howe's choices in the coming weeks pivotal to the Magpies' momentum. Then, we were also reminded about Newcastle's new influence for England. Dan Burn's rise from non-league football to representing England continues to be one of the most remarkable stories in the national setup. In the 2-0 win over Andorra, he was deployed in a slightly unconventional role, operating almost as a left-sided central midfielder rather than his usual defensive post. Yet the veteran adapted seamlessly, producing a performance built on calmness, control, and composure. Burn completed a staggering 126 of his 135 passes, ending with 93% accuracy, and topped the game with 139 touches, the most of any player on the pitch. He read danger well with 1 clearance, 1 interception, 1 tackle, 0 times dribbled past, and 5 out of 9 duels won, finishing with a 7.7 rating that underlined just how comfortable he looked at international level. Anthony Gordon and Tino Livramento both made cameos from the bench in the same game, each handed just over 20 minutes to impress. Gordon's 6.7 rating reflected a quiet but tidy outing, marked by sharp passing, completing 20 of 21 passes, and a handful of incisive dribbles, even if his direct impact was limited. Livramento's display was similar in profile, a 6.8 rating, solid on the ball with 91% passing accuracy, but with little opportunity to truly showcase his dynamism in such a short window. Both provided energy and width, but neither had enough time to stamp their authority on the game. That chance came in England's following fixture, a dominant 5-0 victory over Serbia, where both Gordon and Livramento were handed starts. Gordon, deployed on the flank, looked more like his Premier League self, driving at defenders with intent and recording 3 shots on target. His dribbling with 2 successful dribbles, close control, and relentless running helped stretch Serbia's backline, earning him a respectable 7.2 rating. He also created a key pass and maintained an exceptional 95% pass completion, evidence of his growing maturity and possession to complement his natural flair. Livramento, meanwhile, impressed with a measured full 90 minutes, earning a 7.5 rating. Defensively sound and never dribbled past, he won all 4 of his ground duels and added 2 tackles. His composure in possession shone through, completing 51 of 54 passes at a 95% success rate, while also venturing forward to deliver a key pass. It was the sort of balanced performance that underlined his potential as not only a reliable defensive option, but also a progressive fullback who fits seamlessly into England's style of play. For Newcastle, seeing 3 of their players contributing in different ways to England's back-to-back wins will be a source of pride. Burn continues to defy expectations with his adaptability and consistency on the international stage, while Gordon and Livramento gained valuable experience, first in cameo roles and then as starters, proving they can step up when handed responsibility. For Howe, it was a reminder that his squad is packed not just with Premier League-level talent, but with players who can thrive and grow against Europe's elite. And then finally, in a shocking massive twist, if you want to know the dark secret about Eddie Howe that has just been revealed, click the video link on your screen now.